as the next program, and it's our main program. So I would like to welcome Dr. Azia Ansar. She is a BSc Psychology. She has done BSc Psychology from Fatima Mata National College, Kollam, under the Kerala University. Currently studying psychological counseling and psychotherapy under Mentex of counseling.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening everyone. My name is Azia Ansar and I think he's given me a brief introduction too. I've studied BSc Psychology and I'm studying psychotherapy and psychological counseling. I don't know if the kids can understand, but it's studied about the mind. So it's wonderful to be here with all of you, parents, children and teachers. Today we're going to talk about a topic that connects us all. So, who has ever failed here? Anyone who has faced failure? I have faced it. Come on, be confident. Who all has faced failure here? Okay, very good. Don't be demotivated. Success and failure are two sides of the same coin. Success feels wonderful, but the real growth happens when you fail at least once or twice. Every successful individual has their own setbacks in their own journey. Now, who all knows the author of Harry Potter here? Anybody know? Do you know she was rejected by 12 publishers before her books became a global phenomenon? Did she give up? She did not give up. She gave up. Life would have been so boring. Now, do you guys know Michael B. Jordan? Who is he? Basketball legend, right? You know, he was kicked out of his own high school basketball team. Can you believe that? Yeah, he kicked, but he did not fail. He did not give up. He practiced more and became a big legend now. That is what I want you kids to learn. Failure is the key to improve, and mistakes we have to learn from it. So now let us look at some points to embrace success and failure positively. Developing a champion mindset. Now, developing a champion mindset means if you want to start doing something, first you need to believe that you can do good. Okay, I want to become a football player. I want to become a basketball player. Believe that, yes, I can do it. I will be able to do it. And have confidence in yourself. With confidence, you can face through any challenges and difficult situations. And tell yourself repeatedly, I am strong. I am capable. If I am not, I will be improving myself every day. Tell these positive words to yourself regularly and you can create a positive mindset for yourself. Next, set goals. When I mean by setting goals, don't set unrealistic big goals. Set small, manageable steps so that when you achieve your first small goal, it will motivate you to go to the next one, to go to the next one after that. In that way, you will get results slowly with practice. If you want to master in a sport or in a game, you won't get instant results. You have to practice. You need to keep small goals for yourself. You need to learn how to motivate yourself. So second point is to set goals. You will not understand. So basically, if you want, for example, if you want to master in football, today is about football, right? So do you think you will be Messi overnight? Ronaldo. Do you think you will be Ronaldo overnight? No, you won't be. I don't think you can be. You have to set realistic goals, not unrealistic. But tonight itself I will be Messi and then no children. Slowly. You score more than Messi. Tomorrow I'll come and see, okay? I'll talk to your parents. Does he score more than Messi? No. You have to score. You will score slowly with practice. With practice, you will get results. Okay? You need to practice more. You need to tell yourself you will be able to do it with more and more goals. So that when you achieve the small goals, you'll be motivated to do bigger goals. So the next, accept criticism. Do you understand what criticism means? No, criticism does not mean difficulties. It's like, for example, if parents or teachers tell you that you did not do good enough, you need to do better next time, all those words are criticism. But these days, when even parents or even teachers, when they face criticism also, they take it negatively. Don't take those words of criticism negatively, take it positively. We should understand these words are a feedback or an opportunity to grow. See, when parents or teachers are advising you on something, they're advising because they want the best for you. They have the best intentions in their mind so that you can grow and you can become successful. So when you hear something from your friends also, not just your parents or teachers, listen to them, take it positively, take those criticism, feedbacks as an opportunity to grow. Because every successful person, every big actors or maybe Messi, Ronaldo itself, all have faced criticism in their life. But they accepted it, they used that opportunity as growth. Next is to be persistent. So, persistence is a crucial trait of a successful individual. The ability to keep going, to keep moving. So, do you guys know Thomas Edison? Thomas Edison. Huh?
The inventor of the light bulb.
He invented light bulb. And you know how many times he failed? 1,000 times. I'm not kidding. He failed 1,000 times. But did he give up? No, I'm not joking. He actually failed. You can Google it tonight. How many times did he fail? First it will be 999 times because the 10,000th time he passed and he achieved his goal. Yes, but he did not give up. That's the main point. He did not. Just imagine the first trial, the second trial, or the 357th trial, 789th trial. Each trial he hoped, okay, this time I will be able to invent the light bulb, but he did not. He never lost the sight of his main goal. I need to invent the light bulb. And when he finally did, look at where he is now. He is one of the most famous, influential people on this world. So the key is to keep trying and never lose sight of your goal. Next, use the power of yet. Don't tell yourself, I can't do this. I'm not able to do this. This is too tough for me. Tell yourself, I can't do this yet. That little words makes a little big difference actually. It means you're still learning or growing. It means you're still in the process of improving. For example, I will tell you my own example. So I'm a person who is very bad at maths. So not just maths, any subjects even related to maths. So when I was in college, I had to face a nightmare of a subject called statistics. It is not only maths, it's maths and letters itself. I was telling myself, Ya Allah, how will I ever pass this subject? And I am crying and I am whining, but will crying about it help me? Will I pass through crying? No. I realized crying won't make me pass, so I challenged myself. I sought help. I told myself, I will pass, I just don't know the basics yet. I don't know the basics yet, so I sought help. I went out, I tried to decode the subject statistics, and in the end, I was able to study the subject and pass with really good marks. Yes, actually, no flying colors. I'm flexing a little over there, but I'm just letting you know, if you want to achieve something, if you put your full heart into it, you will be able to achieve it no matter what. So, talking about help, the next point is to seek help whenever you need it. See, family, teachers, even all of you guys are friends, are all part of your journey. So when you feel like you're facing a very difficult situation or a challenging situation, ask for help. Reach out for guidance, for advices from your parents, from your teachers. When you ask or reach out for help, it is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of willpower that you want to move forward. So always ask for help whenever you come. Next, turn setbacks into comebacks. I mean is, every time you face a challenging situation, you might fall back to square one or go back to where you started, then reaching the goal you have planned for yourself. Don't take that as a setback. Don't feel discouraged. Instead, ask yourself, through this setback, what can I learn from this? Understand and analyze the situation. Create a solution for a better comeback. For example, if you lose a game, maybe football, if you lost a game, you might have understood that practicing more would help you next time. Or you did not get the marks you expected to get for an exam. You might have understood maybe revising more can help you next time. So, like that, every setback should be a reason for a better and stronger comeback. Next, celebrate efforts, not just results. As doctor was talking before to parents, you should appreciate not only the winnings, but also the effort. Also see that you have tried. That is not only for parents, it's for you children also. See, winning does feel great, but trying your best is even better. The most successful people in the world didn't always win, but they never stopped trying. So always appreciate yourself for little achievement, the small efforts, and acknowledge yourself when you know you're trying and giving your 100%. The last point is something a little bit more important, so I want you kids to stay attentive. See, parents contribute to 35 to 45% on developing you children's mindset and your confidence. The rest, 65 to 75, is up to you children and how you guys view yourself with integrity. It is you children who has the power to control oneself, to know right from wrong, to say yes when you have to say yes, to say no and be assertive in the areas where you have to say no. With that in mind, always trying to control yourself and your surrounding according to the goal in your life, because your future and your universe lies in your hand, and you have the whole power of shaping your mind and your entire surroundings around you. While to help and guide you, parents, teachers, friends, and even doctors and us psychologists are always there for you. So children, let's do some activities to develop a positive mind. Maybe even parents and teachers can also join this very small activity. It will only take like 3 minutes. So I want everyone to close your eyes for like 3 minutes, please. Parents, teachers, please close your eyes, 3 minutes. So now we're gonna do a gratitude exercise and a failure exercise. Everyone take a moment to think about one thing you're proud of yourself. Maybe you got good marks in your recent exam. For parents, maybe a recent accomplishment. Any good thing about yourself. Now take that and recognize your confidence. Build confidence to that positive trait and appreciate yourself. Now let's go on to failure. Think of a time when you parents or even children faced a tough situation or has ever failed once. Any situation. Shh. Close your eyes and please think. Okay, I hope you have thought about that one time which you have failed. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this failure, from this experience? What did you learn? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, what did you learn from failure? Now, instead of focusing on the disappointment of failing, take that as a lesson for improvement. Now, everyone, you can open your eyes. I hope nobody has left here. I know it's after iftar time. It's only for children. I want all children to stand tall. Everyone get up. I'm going to make you guys do on cringe. Confidence boosting power pose. Okay? So everyone put your hands on your hips like so. Press him, look at him. MashaAllah, very good. You also, go join them. Okay, now scream out loud. I am strong and capable. Louder. Very good. Parents, please give them a round of applause. Very good. Now with that, yeah, you can sit down. You can sit down. So everyone's going on Ronaldo post. Very good. Very good. Okay. So with this, I can conclude to children, success and failure are both valuable parts of your journey. Instead of being afraid of challenges, embrace those challenges as opportunities to grow. Keep learning, keep trying, and never stop believing in yourself. Thank you all for being here today with me. I hope we leave this session feeling inspired and empowered.